I wanted to spend some time this afternoon and talk about how technology may not always be the answer. Often, people take whatever skill set they have, they may or may not be good at it, and they say, hey, so I've got this skill set, and then they go in search of a problem to solve it. Technology can often be that way. And I would suggest before technology is the answer, that you might want to look at some of these things. So first of all, and this is probably the hardest one for many of you, it's people. So if you're trying to solve a problem with technology, but you got the wrong people involved, that can be very difficult. So sometimes you're trying to make someone's job easier, or you're trying to help them do their work more efficiently, when the reality is the person just isn't well suited for the job, no matter what tools that you give them. So wrong people can be difficult, and we can spend a lot of time and money trying to fix that, when the reality is maybe get them in a position where they can be more productive, or find folks that are going to have success in the position with the current tools. One level down from that is lack of training. So you've got the tools and this, and people don't know how to use them, and you've just never given much thought to the fact that there could be some training benefits to using technology more efficiently. Cybersecurity training is a huge area right now. Many people in the workforce, lots of them didn't even have email. So how could you expect them to be super savvy about phishing attempts and spear phishing and making sure they don't click on links? Certainly we've been using it for a while, but without formal training, everybody's not going to be at the same level. So again, training on your technology can reap huge benefits without having to add new technology. A product or service that's just in decline, so quite frankly, some things are just going to fall out of favor, and adding new bells and whistles with technology, or automating some of the things that they do, if the fundamental need that your product or service solves has changed, then adding more tech behind it or shifting how it's delivered may not matter. So that's something to look at as well. And the last one is broken processes. So enabling a broken process with technology simply automates a mess, and it makes it so much worse. So what you want to do there is make sure that your processes work. If you can, do them manually. So if you can have a manual process and it's like not very fast or efficient, but it works really well, and then as it scales up and you add technology behind it, you automate different pieces of it, then it'll really do great things. But if you don't take the time to understand the drivers of the process, and you just say, oh, well, this is how we process referrals in our office. They come in the fax machine, and then we want to have a piece of technology that scans them and ORCs them, and then it puts it in the EHR. Well, that's fine, but you got a lot of technology enabling what I'd consider a process that could be better. So what if we didn't have the fax coming in? We talked to all our referral partners and we said, hey, can you just send us securely, of course, the patient record in a different way? And many of them are now able to do that. So rather than adding technology immediately, you talk about ways to use technology better. So wrong people, lack of training, product or service on the decline, and then enabling a broken process. So look out for those four things before technology is just the answer, or you go to your technology partner and say, hey, we've got this problem, go solve it. Or I went and Googled and I found this tool and I want to use it to solve this problem, before really understanding your problem. So business has to start with their needs and goals and desires, and then let the technology enable that, and you'll have much better outcomes.